Round 3 continues. Julian Wilson taking on Jadson Andre. We'll see who ends up in that top round 4 heat number 1 to join Kolohe Andino and Joel Parkinson later on in the contest.
Finds himself in a good position right here.
Good size on this wave. Jadson manning position to start off this matchup against Wilson. Starts with a setup arc to get this one moving down the line. Nice carve all the way through once again. The bottom starting to bottom out. Tags it off the lip. Great timing and tempo. Sends some water to the sky. Easy pace there and a nice read for Jadson to take the lead.
That's the way you want to start, Joe. Just a beautiful, quick couple of turns. We see Julian Wilson out the back.
Julian blasting right in the pocket. Another big, powerful hack. Julian searing the third section. Now he's got a lot of foam on the face. He's got enough room to find the finish on the backside float.
There's a lot of guys that don't. A lot of guys that just want to stay away from that hassle situation. Jadson Andre. I like this opening turn because it just gets him right back into that sort of where all the guts of the wave really is, and it allows him now to just unload some big turns. Jadson right here. Beautiful snap. Foot right on the tail pad. It's giving him just that speed, that loosening that board up. You can see the fins popping out on those bottom turns. So Jadson really leaning into his turns on that opening wave. Julian Wilson, on the other hand, just some beautiful clean surfing from him, tagging that backhand snap upside down. One of the best bottom turns in the game, which sets everything up for Julian Wilson to finish off nicely there. But also, to me, one of the best bottom turns in the game, which is a very overlooked part of the sport.
Watching Julian now deep behind the whitewater to use priority quickly. Now out in front, still waiting for his first big turn. There's the windup. Nice and powerful off the lip. Quick climb over the next section. Now he's setting up the lip again. Snap. Drills it vertically to finish. Some powerful hooks from Wilson.
Both guys really opening up with excellent scores. Two judges thought Jadson's went into the excellent range. I like this opening turn here. Just gets him right back where the power is and allows him just to unload some big, beautiful, swooping maneuvers. And again, just jamming it. See that back foot just right on the pad. And Jadson Andre tagging this wave all the way through the inside. The thing I like about that wave that he surfed then, Joe, he didn't try to over-surf it. He just allowed the pace of the wave to dictate the maneuvers, as did Julian. A little bit more vertical. Got that board in a little bit more of a critical situation, and that's why the judges awarded that 8.5 as opposed to the 7.67 for Jaddy.
It's a great composure there for Julian Wilson. Taking off deep behind the whitewater. Even though he had a little bit of downtime, he recovered from it well.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a solid little backup, but I think at this level, anything in that 5 to 6 point range, you kind of want to try and replace. And as I thought, 5.67 for that last wave of Julian Wilson. Just a lot of downtime at the beginning of that wave that did hinder the scoring potential. So 5.67, not a bad little backup at this stage of the heat. It's going to give him that 2-wave total to work towards.
Jadson considering a wave. Julian looks at it deep. Now Andre commits to it further down the line. Set up top turn wrap for Andre. And just getting the wheels turning on the first couple of maneuvers. Now it's bowling up. Nice vertical hack there. Andre, speed float into the flats. Quick in transition to punch out the finishing move.
6.51 required. Julian out the back.
Pulling down the backside reverse. And he ends up having to kick out quickly. We've got a massive day today. The big goal for the commissioner's office to finish round 3. And this is what Julian did. Yeah, beautiful bottom turn into that nice backside rotation. And that's kind of all she wrote on that wave. So that's not going to go into his top 2. Julian looking to replace that 5.67. Jadson, on the other hand, looking for a 6.51. Jadson looking nice and cool and calm and collected. You know, normally he looks a little bit sort of rattled in the sense of where he tries really hard to oversurf the wave. On this occasion, just letting the wave be the hero, and Jadson Andre tagging that one right at the end there. So a very well surfed wave. Hurt by the critique, he would actually use it to become an all-around athlete. This is Andre with a lot of speed. He loves to ramp up. He's got the air section. He gets a little hung up on the takeoff, so he'll miss the landing. And now scores drifting in from his second opportunity. So we were waiting for the score from Jadson Andre before we went to break. It was a 7.23. enough for the lead. And now Julian Wilson down to second, looking for a 6.4 to get back out in front with 6:30 remaining. Standing by with Strider, watching more action out the back. It's Julian Wilson knifing the first section deep off the bottom. Will climb the next option, and that gets him out of there. So Wilson looking for the answer to Andre.
It's keeping the faces pretty clean. As you can see, Jadson Andre, he's on a very clean face and doing cars, and I think that into the lip kind of work is where they're going to stay. I think once you get above the lip, it's going to make it hard to stay on your board. But you can see him just doing the work in the face, on the lip, and bashing away. We'll see what Julian Wilson does here as he does the same. Wow, what a beautiful blowtail reverse right there on the backhand. So I think that trying to do the airs above the lip as that wind comes across from the south.
Wilson fighting for the lead against Jadson Andre. Jadson stuck to the face for his first two scores. How'd Wilson do with this one?
Oh, beautiful bottom turn, straight into it, and just basically threw everything at that maneuver. Obviously realizing that wave was going to shut down further down the line, so focusing on that one big turn. Jadson Andre, on the other hand, how's the way this kid's surfing at the moment? Just nice, clean, smooth, confident surfing, bringing it back, waiting for this wave to stand up, then reacting, snapping, lightning fast turn from Jadson, and finishing off well right there. You can see how psyched, how pumped Jadson Andre is.
Now with 14 seconds on the clock, Julian Wilson will get a last chance to turn it. Throws it vertically. Couple of times down the line, backside float. Late in transition, but he'll hang on to his surfboard right on the horn. So trying to turn it on the last decision.
Trying to fit the turns in. Julian Wilson, one of the most amazing surfers in the world, but this wave just didn't really cooperate. Nice opening turn right there. Connected nicely on those first two turns. Right there, and then forcing that last turn. Didn't quite get the board up and over the lip. So, I mean, there's not much more he could have done on that wave, but was that wave a 6.40, which when you look at it in the scheme of things, it's got to be up around near Jadson Andre, 7.23.
Last score for Julian, 6.47, and it is enough.
And the last of red, Julian, was a 6.47. The last of red, a 6.47. So unofficial first.
Now we see Julian move on to round 4, 14.97 to 14.9. What a battle as this one continues here in round 3.